All nationals abroad who wish to return home and to meet the requirements for exemption will be allowed to enter the country. Confirmation came today from Minister of National Security Stuart Young, who said government is processing hundreds of applications daily. Crystal Wilson has more in this report.
Disembarked in other jurisdictions.
National Security Minister Stuart Young has assured that nationals abroad will be brought home. Minister Young joined Wednesday's Ministry of Health COVID-19 virtual media briefing and said government is treating the application process for the return of nationals as carefully as possible. He explained that government has been advised that re-entry of the coronavirus via importation is a possibility and one that government is trying to avoid.
In allowing the entry of our nationals, it was advised, we were advised, and we took that advice, that to manage the possibility of the reimportation of COVID-19 and to minimize its spread, we will need to quarantine persons and quarantine the returning persons as opposed to allowing them to go home and self-quarantine.
The minister said there are thousands of applications for exemption from Trinidad and Tobago nationals worldwide. He said it takes time to address each application.
I have nationals all over the globe, some of them now saying that they will charter their own aircraft to come in. From a fairness point of view, that can't be the test at this stage, because it can't be that someone who can charter a plane and fly in will get precedence over some others who may be having more needy cases. Each case is being dealt with on a case-by-case basis by the government, and all of our nationals will return, but return in a fashion that we've been very, very careful to point out, which is a managed fashion that is not going to overwhelm our system.
Minister Young said the next batch of repatriated nationals is expected to be over 200 students from UWI's Jamaica and Barbados campuses. He also added a decision was taken that a number of nationals who work on cruise ships will be quarantined on the vessels before being allowed back home.
Allow us to use your ship to quarantine our nationals. Are you open and available to that? So therefore, nationals can be quarantined, and our health personnel will manage that quarantine process. And that is where we are now. The ball is in their court. I'm waiting for them to come back. But we are mindful that from that same vessel, persons have disembarked in other jurisdictions, and it appears as though they have tested positive. We will get further details on that.
There's been no response from management of the cruise ships as yet on whether the nationals will be allowed to remain quarantined on the vessels. Crystal Wilson, TTT News.